Scamming shots on the
I gotta keep a pop yeah. Put a red ribbon on me. Fly away on them bus, yeah. Headed up the commies.
We're gonna react to a video. It's called "A Case Too Disturbing to Make It to Netflix." God damn it! A case too disturbing to make it to Netflix. By Decoder. There's another video I'm gonna be adding to the channel whenever I get done editing. God damn, I got so much shit to edit. Hey, that's what it takes to be a content creator nowadays. You gotta be able to do this stuff. But anyway, we got a video called "A Case Too Disturbing to Make It to Netflix." Let's get it.
Like the beginning scene of like Criminal Minds or something, you know, like when somebody's tied up and they're trying to get out, and then all of a sudden the screaming got really, really loud and really intense.
Alton, Illinois. A man can be seen on CCTV just after midnight coming out of a house, carrying a white laundry basket down a quiet street. He walks behind a smoke shop and disappears from view. At the time, no one knew what was inside the basket. It wouldn't be until the next day when a construction worker finds something disturbing.
I take them to the dumpster. So when I took them to the dumpster, there's a lot of clothes and shit in there, all strode all over, laundry basket, and there was a couple pair of shoes. There was shoes with some slipper shoes too. Slipper shoes. Okay. They was red. They had blood on them. They all look like female shit. For real though. Male shit too.
Female and male clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next day, around 1 p.m., this mother, Heidi Noel, arrives at her daughter Lisa Dodd's apartment. Lisa is 22 and currently 8 months pregnant.
Oh no. Oh no, don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me he killed a pregnant woman, bro. Come on, bro. Please do not tell me he did that.
Heidi hasn't heard from her in over 15 hours since the night before. Something feels off. She lets herself in. 2 minutes later, other residents can be seen opening the door. Heidi steps back outside, visibly shaking. The neighbors' expressions say everything. And then Heidi makes a chilling 911 call.
911 was the other system.
Yeah. Hi. Listen.
What's going on?
My girlfriend's daughter is killed. Yeah.
What's going on there?
Wait, huh? My girlfriend's daughter killed. Oh, this. Oh, wait, hold on. Go back. I missed something.
Heidi Noel arrives at her daughter Lisa Dodd's apartment. Lisa is 22 and currently now herself in the door. Neighbor 9.
What's going on there?
My girlfriend, I'm sorry, my daughter's chopped her head off.
Police arrive shortly after and discover the lifeless body of Lisa. In this video, we'll walk you through exactly what happened to Lisa Dodd the night she was murdered. With never-before-seen footage here on the Decoder, we advise viewer discretion.
What the fuck am I watching? What in the hell is going on? Bro, don't tell me he the killer, bro.
As some of its contents may be disturbing. Now, let's dive into the chilling murder of Lisa Dodd. Lisa was living in Alton, Madison County, in Illinois, a suburb of St. Louis, in which she was born. Though it has a far higher crime rate than that of Illinois as a whole, it's where she felt at home, and the residents of this quiet street feel the same. In the surveillance footage, they can be seen taking the trash out, going to work, and carrying out other errands. But all that is about to change. Further up the road, there's construction work going on. Trash from the construction site, like bits of drywall, are going in a large red dumpster parked on the street outside. And on the morning of June 9th, one man carrying old drywall out discovers something in the dumpster that shouldn't be there.
This is what the knife look like. Down like that.
Okay.
That short, teeth on that mother.
So like a paring knife?
Like with teeth on it, like you cut meat.
Like serrated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that. That's what the knife look like. Just
Was
like
the handle longer than
wood.
the blade, or was the...
No, it was short, about like this.
Wow.
Oh my God. You. That's a pregnant woman that this happened to. Not only did you chop her head off, you probably did it while she was still alive. No, you basically killed two people. You didn't just kill the woman, you killed the baby too. Whoever did it. Oh my God, bro! Just imagine he didn't go to the he didn't go on to the dumpster or take a look inside the dumpster, bro. Oh man.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
Okay. And when you picked up the knife, did you pick it up by the blade? Did you pick it up by the handle?
By the blade. I mean by the handle.
By the handle.
Through that mother.
I got you.
There's oh shit, blood on it. That.
Was the blood on the handle? Was it on the blade? Was it covered in it?
I
Was it
driven.
driven?
It was on the blade.
It was on the blade?
Yeah.
The contractor knows something isn't right about this scene, and he wants to get as far away from it as possible. This is the first sign that this June 9th isn't going to be as ordinary a summer day as the local residents first thought.
Got a message from her last night.
What time did you last hear from her?
It was like 9:05 or so. I had sent her a text, and she said they were talking. And then I tried again at 10, and she didn't answer. And then I tried this morning 2 times, and she didn't answer. And so then I came over here because she usually answers.
Okay. The last thing we talked to her was last night when she sent your text message, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The officers are coming. They'll be there shortly, okay?
I know.
Okay. Okay.
First responders are dispatched at 12:59 p.m., and they arrive to find Heidi still sitting on the steps, crying.
Oh, just imagine you haven't heard from your pregnant daughter over 15 hours, bro, and you came to go check on her, expecting the worst, but the worst exceeded your expectation. Imagine just seeing your pregnant daughter, pregnant 22-year-old daughter. I think they said 8 months in pregnancy, beheaded. Oh my God, bro! I couldn't do it, bro. I would probably be depressed the rest of my life, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. Ooh, I did not mean to press. Oh, snap. I did not mean to press that. Oh, shit.
Where we going on?
Apartment 4.
Is anybody else here?
No, I didn't see it.
You have a key to get in? Right here. This one. Do you have the key?
Oh, I'm sorry.
She gives them the code to enter the apartment building, and though they know what they're going to find, it never gets any easier.
Evan, watch the rear.
Lisa's apartment is on the second floor. The door is unlocked. They discover her body in her bedroom. At least they think it's her body. Her head appears to be wrapped in a towel like a turban, but underneath the turban, her head is gone. It's been cut off.
She wasn't kidding.
Can we go sit on these front porch steps, though? Okay.
Well, I don't want to bother those people.
You know what? I'll tell them.
My car.
I'll tell them to go away. Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I just. Sir. Apartment 4 upstairs to the right.
Oh my God.
Here, let's
Oh God, Lisa, why didn't you listen?
take some big deep breaths for me, okay?
And then I touched her, and she was cold, and so then I wanted to make sure that we just strangled her. And then there wasn't a head. Please find her head.
No one else is in the apartment. There's no sign of a murder weapon, and there's no sign of Lisa's head either. Her killer must have disposed of it elsewhere. Not only has Lisa been murdered, but her body has been desecrated, and this peaceful neighborhood has been torn apart.
They let us know that somebody was found dead next door. To have to lose a child that way, and that baby is an extension of her mother and the rest of her family, so they lost a child as well. They lost two.
So how did we get here? What happened to lead this young woman who had her whole life ahead of her and was soon to be a mother to such a horrible end? To understand how this crime unfolded, we'll need to go back 24 hours. We find Lisa just living her life, looking forward to her future ahead. Here she is on her porch at just before 2 p.m. on June 8th, scrolling on her phone and looking out at the lawn. In 10 hours, she'll be dead. Lisa Dodd was born in Alton, Madison County on August 14, 1999. She was a bright and enthusiastic child with a particular love for animals. For her 10th birthday, instead of receiving presents, she opted to organize a fundraiser for Riverbend Humane Society, a local no-kill animal shelter in Jerseyville. She continued to have a caring attitude throughout her teenage years. She graduated from Jersey Community High School in 2017 and started to work at Dairy Queen, where customers remember her as a vibrant and friendly server. But she wasn't just in it because she enjoyed socializing with her customers. She was saving up to realize her ambitions of going into the medical field, like her mom.
Bro, have y'all noticed a pattern, bro? It's always the people who got a long life ahead of them, who got a future ahead of them, they'll have the most tragic ending. And this gotta be one of the most tragic endings I ever seen, bro. Well, not seen, but like, you know what I mean, heard about, bro. There's just no way, bro. Bro, there's so much evil in this world, bro. Bro, humanity is not the same, bro. How can you, as a human, it's already bad enough you killed another human. How can you, as a human, behead another human who is pregnant? We all know it's the boyfriend that did it. We can use content clues from what the mom said. It had to be the boyfriend. Oh, yo, a pregnant woman who is having your baby. Are you kidding me, bro? All I can say is, it couldn't have not started. It started right then and there. Wherever aggression he had to make him do that, it did not start there. It did not start there. Real talk. It had to happen way before, bro. Shit getting ridiculous, bro.
Before her, in June 2022, she was also 8 months pregnant.
Oh.
The baby was going to be a girl.
Oh.
I had just sent out invitations the prior Saturday for the baby shower. We were just excited and kind of gathering the items you need to have a baby.
Lisa hadn't yet decided on a name for her baby. The family were just calling it Baby Bean, and they were looking forward to the birth and everything that would come afterwards.
She was just a loving soul, just a beautiful soul, and I just wish she would have known how loved she was. You know, that she wouldn't have ever been alone, that she could have gotten my whole life.
It did not. It
Lisa
definitely
was
did
in
not
an
start
on-again,
until
off-again
that night.
relationship with a man named DeAndre Hall.
No! Why do you have to be one of the brothers, bro? No! No. Not that it was okay if you were any other race. But why do you... Oh my God, bro. What in the fuck? That was him that was in the chair. Oh my God, bro. Bro, the hell?
Holloway, another Illinois native. DeAndre is the same age as Lisa. It's unclear how they met, but they've been seeing each other for a while, nearly 2 years. DeAndre also has some issues. He uses substances, and he's had a difficult home life, according to his half-sister, PJ.
How long has he not lived there?
He moved out when he was about 18.
How old is he now?
21.
Okay. Where did he go when he moved out?
I'm not sure.
Okay. What do you know about DeAndre's life currently, like about like his relationship status and things like that, and his where he lives and things like that?
He lives pretty much with everybody. Like, well, he lives with his girlfriend, but like whenever they get into it, like he hops in different people's homes.
He's also taken Lisa with him on this shiftless lifestyle in the past. At one point, according to her old boss at Dairy Queen, the couple were homeless, living in a tent by Lake Litchfield.
I think she was making up a story, and then she finally did tell me that she had some problems with her boyfriend, was hitting her, and they were actually homeless and were living out at the campground at the lake.
At the start of 2022, they'd moved into the apartment building in Alton, but things weren't going well between the couple.
She had a lot of personal problems with a boyfriend, a lot of calling off. She had a lot of black eyes when she would come in. When she first started, she would make excuses that her dog had jumped up and hit her and caused her black eyes. She was constantly running late, like for personal reasons. Always something coming up. She had a lot of black eyes, a lot of bruising on her arms, like where you could see, like maybe grabbing.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Lisa's boss once even witnessed one of these altercations.
What specifically did you see when the day you actually witnessed her being battered? What did you see?
A punch in the face.
You saw Mr. Holloway punch her
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were they in the car when that happened, or were they outside the car?
No, they were in the car, and we have cameras on the back of the building. We actually tried to roll the cameras back, but they're not very good definition, so we weren't able to actually see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was he in the driver's seat?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And did she return to work after that happened?
She did.
And did you see any? Did she have any visible injuries on that occasion?
Her face was red.
Okay. And did she say anything, or was she confronted about that?
I asked her about it, and she said they had gotten in an argument. Eventually, after the excuses about the dog and things like that stopped, she was honest about it and just said that they were always arguing and fighting, and then they would make up and it would happen again.
Okay. Did she? Like specifically that day when she was struck, was there any conversation like after the fact when she comes back into work about the police or?
I wanted to call the police.
Just like what I tell everybody, bro. This is exactly what I be telling everybody. It's always the evil motherfuckers that's got it's always the evil motherfuckers that got a girl, bro. Which leaving the rest of us all gotta deal with bullshit because you fucked up that girl. Oh, my door just opened. Anyway, cause you fucked up that girl. Now guys like me, Real, and all that whatnot, and JoJo, we gotta deal with the bullshit that you left with us. Cause of people like you, bro. God, bro.
She did not want to do that.
Okay.
On one occasion, in July 2021, Lisa landed in the hospital after DeAndre apparently broke her nose and gave her 2 black eyes. They'd also been seen arguing on the street in the past. And following one such argument, a witness saw DeAndre punching himself in the face, as if to punish himself. It got bad to the extent that in September 2021, she texted her boss.
My boyfriend beat me again, and I had to go to my mom's. They're wanting me to stay in a safe place because he's threatened before to harm us. Is there any way I could get my shift for tomorrow covered until things settle down a little? I can work the rest of the week. We're just trying to make place to stay safe.
This didn't last, however. Lisa and DeAndre were back together soon enough. In May, DeAndre introduced Lisa to his half-sister, PJ. According to her, DeAndre was the father of Lisa's baby.
You can tell she's pregnant.
Yes.
And I know this is a dumb question. Did he say that it was his?
Yes. Yeah, they both did. Yeah.
And whenever they fight, what does he do? Like, where does he go?
He just takes off, and nobody knows where he goes.
Do you know that they fight a lot before? Or?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
See, you gotta stop going back, bro. I don't know where he be. Where it's sometimes it ain't really sometimes, man, but it sometimes can be, man. But it's mostly, man, why do you guys keep on going back to these abusive ass relationships? Bro, I know it was a joke saying, will you see another rematch? But goddamn it, it's getting serious now. What the fuck do you see another fucking rematch? You lost round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You think you finna round 6? Fuck no! Stop going back to these niggas, bro. God, I don't give a bro. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say everything I need to say when the end of this video.
He'd been texting a friend about his poor mental state. On June 5th, just after midnight, he wrote, "I feel like it's all the emotions I've ever put to the side just coming out now at once for real. My cup filled up and now it's got to spill over. I don't know how to healthily let out emotions without snapping or crying because I'm too pissed to talk." He also wrote, "I've always had to be the man even when I was a kid, and was always put in grown man situations with so much pressure on me, and even to this day still." He sounds like a man close to his breaking point. And on Tuesday, June 7th, DeAndre went missing. PJ added Lisa on social media as the family tried to search for him.
I'm currently friends with her now because we were looking for him yesterday because he just went missing.
Okay.
So I found her on Facebook and tried to get some information to see if she knew.
How does it start?
The first person she called was my grandma, and she asked my grandma if he was at her house, and she said no. And her girlfriend said that he didn't come home Tuesday night into Wednesday, and she was looking for him and stuff, and she thought that he may have went to my grandma's house. So my grandma called me and asked if he was up there or if I heard from him.
Lisa came home from work on Tuesday to find that DeAndre wasn't there. He hadn't said anything about when or if he'd be home. Lisa, pregnant nearly to full term and with a lot on her plate, was understandably stressed out. She texted her mom about it at around 9 p.m. on June 7th. She wrote,
You think he'd just leave like this?
fretting that he'd taken some clothes with him and that he deliberately left, never to return.
I think I got left.
Heidi tried to comfort her, looking for a silver lining in the situation. She'd been concerned about her daughter's relationship for some time now, and this seemed like maybe a blessing in disguise. If this is how it's meant to happen, at least it was nonviolent, she wrote. And you've been set free. Lisa replied.
I'm not seeing it that way yet.
Heidi asked.
What?
Like maybe a blessing in disguise. If this is how it's meant to happen, at least it was nonviolent, she wrote. And you've been set free. Lisa replied.
I'm not seeing it that way yet.
Heidi asked, did he talk about anything going on he wanted to go to? But Lisa had no answers. She just replied,
No, we just had a weird day.
And said that
I see it now. She's pregnant, so she can't think's great. But I see what she mean by she don't see it that way because she could come back anytime, anytime. So I get what she mean by it.
She'd reacted badly to him that day. Her mom dug for more information, and Lisa said,
I broke a razor down and cut my leg because I told him I was just going to kill myself.
Why were you going to kill yourself? Her mom asked. This calm response possibly indicating it wasn't the first time she'd heard something like this from her daughter. Lisa told her,
Because I just can't get it right.
If DeAndre had been spiraling, then clearly so had Lisa. The relationship was a powder keg waiting to explode. But in the end, Heidi convinced her that stressing out wouldn't help her or her baby. Eventually, Lisa went to bed, but not before taking her car out on a half-hour nighttime drive at 1:39 a.m., too anxious to sleep. The next morning, at 7:06 a.m., she texted her mom. Still no. DeAndre still hadn't come home. She went through her morning routine, washing her work clothes for her shift later, as if it was a normal day, but she felt like something was seriously wrong. She wrote,
I still feel like he'll show up, but I can't tell.
This is when she started reaching out to DeAndre's family, including his half-sister, PJ. Heidi suggested you could call APD and ask if he was arrested, or ask Joe if there was anything weird on the cameras. Joe was Lisa's landlord. She did as her mom suggested and texted him.
My boyfriend didn't come home last night, and he left his phone. I was wondering if you could watch the cameras and tell me if you see him leave and what he was wearing. His family and I are really worried.
The CCTV showed that DeAndre had gone out with his Uncle Marty, his dad's brother, on Tuesday evening.
The girlfriend called the landlord to their apartment because they have cameras around the apartment and stuff. And she asked the landlord if he can go back and look at the cameras and stuff to see if he saw DeAndre, which he did. It was like around 6:24 when he left the apartment, and he went with his uncle that lives in St. Louis.
Is everybody relieved at that point, or like?
Not really, because the girlfriend said that his uncle was supposed to bring him back that night, and he's supposed to call like before 10, and then it was after 10.
But he didn't come back that night. PJ went to bed early on the evening of June 8th without hearing anything else. Lisa, meanwhile, received a message out of the blue at about 8 p.m. from DeAndre's uncle, saying he was bringing DeAndre back and that everything was fine. With his uncle, that's who called anyway. Her mom replied, Where does his uncle live? And that's still... Across the bridge, Lisa said, and yeah, I agree. Heidi wasn't happy about the way her heavily pregnant daughter was being treated. She didn't trust DeAndre at all. She told Lisa, and of course it's your fault. That. And you better be careful so he doesn't give you something that Bean will catch. Ignoring this advice, Lisa went to pick DeAndre up. They could be seen here on CCTV, arriving back at their apartment at 9:11 p.m. While in the car, Lisa texted her mom, I'm trying to figure it out. This was the last text she'd ever send, and this CCTV image is the last time she'd ever be pictured. At 10:49 p.m., Heidi texted, You okay? And received no reply. By then, Lisa was already dead. Over the next few hours of CCTV, various neighbors come and go. Neither Lisa nor DeAndre are seen again. Until 11:57 p.m., when DeAndre comes out. He's carrying a white laundry basket. He comes to stand next to Lisa's car without getting inside, suggesting he's forgotten the keys. He's changed his clothes, and he's now wearing dark shoes and a face covering. He goes back inside and comes out again a few minutes later, again carrying the laundry basket. He walks out of frame and towards a nearby smoke shop, around the back of which is a dumpster. CCTV from a local business displays the rest. At 1 minute past midnight, we can see the white laundry basket being thrown into the dumpster alongside some clothes. This laundry basket, as the police will later discover, contains Lisa's head. 2 hours later, her car is missing from the parking lot. DeAndre has gone to his mother's house.
And then my sister said around 2:30 in the morning that he's like banging on the door and stuff, and he's like pacing and like acting nervous.
Where?
At my house.
This morning?
Yeah, this morning
Okay.
at 2:30.
PJ finds him in the bathroom at around 10 a.m. the next morning, June 9th, 3 hours before Lisa's mom will discover her daughter's body.
I see my grandma standing in the doorway to the bathroom, and I looked and I'm like, oh, there's Dee. And then he was cutting his hair off and stuff, and I asked him why he was cutting his hair off, and he just said a fresh start.
Okay. And what's his demeanor like?
He was like nervous, like you can tell he was like really nervous.
Just your personal opinion, why do you think he's cutting his hair off?
Got in trouble.
DeAndre hasn't cut his hair in 2 years, and he's proud of his dreadlocks. Why would he be cutting his hair off, today of all days? He asks his mom if he can take a shower and have some clothes. She gives him a change of clothes, including a pair.
I hate this insanity and mental illness. Man, bro. The relationship was doomed to begin with, I'm not gonna lie. Two mentally ill motherfuckers getting in a relationship, it would never end well. Never, it would never end well. But we'll go with the keyboard, man. What's good with the keyboard? Probably, I'm glad you came to the stream, man. Oh God, man. Glad you came to the stream. Real talk.
Pair of gray sweatpants.
Clothes that he had on, he took them outside for some reason, and he set it by the sidewalk, and then he comes back in, and then he was...
Did you see him take those clothes off?
Yes.
So is that why because you said he didn't have a shirt to wear. So when do you see him take the clothes off?
He had a hoodie on and some pants, and then he took his shirt off, or his hoodie off when he was cutting his hair, I guess, because it was already off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he still had the pants on and stuff, and the hoodie was on the bathroom floor.
And then that's when he gets out and asks your mom for clothes?
Yeah.
And then he didn't have a shirt on, obviously?
Because he didn't want to put the same clothes back on.
Okay, what were those clothes?
I know it was a bucket hat. I think it was like blue.
You had
a fucking bucket hat on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
He had like a bucket hat on. I think it was
Hey,
like
get on the cord and I want to watch
Anything
this
about
shit
the hoodie?
too. I'm gonna keep it a bean 6,000 with an extra side of coleslaw. Ew, what coleslaw? Yeah. I don't know how to do that shit. I don't know how to do all that stuff on Discord yet. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Keep it a bean. Alright, where did my mouse?
Nice. With the shirt he on. So what? So he when he gets to the shower, those clothes are all in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then that's when he gets the gray pants from your mom. And does he ask you for a shirt?
No, I just gave him one.
Because
Yeah.
So then, what does he do with the clothes?
After he got out of the shower, he took them outside, put them by the sidewalk where our trash can was. And then he comes back in the house, chats for a little bit and stuff. And then my grandma was cooking breakfast, and she asked him if he wanted a plate, and he said yeah. And then that's when he went outside, back outside. And then I guess the clothes that he had on the sidewalk, he put them in the trash, which they're in there now.
PJ was asleep when DeAndre came home that night at around 2:30 a.m., but her sister was awake.
She said that when he was banging on the door and stuff, it scared her, and she was asleep in the living room watching Netflix. Well, not asleep, but she was awake.
You 4 girls there then? Sister, mom, grandma, all there overnight?
It was me, my mom, sister, grandmas. Yeah. She said that she hears like really loud banging and stuff, and then she looks out, and she said she seen D, and then when she opened the door, she looked in the parkway, in the parking lot, in our driveway, and then she said that she seen a black car, and his girlfriend drives a black car.
It seems strange to DeAndre's family that he showed up driving his girlfriend's car without his girlfriend. And the suspicious signs don't end there. His grandmother notices he's got other items of Lisa's property.
He had I don't even know what his girlfriend's name is. But anyhow, he had gave me her ID in the debit card.
Okay.
And I said, well, why you got her debit card?
Yeah.
And license, you know. And I said, now she out there driving, and then she thinks she got her license, and you got it. Then this morning, he gave me 2 keys.
Okay.
And I said, well, where you get these keys from? And he said he found them on the ground. But he didn't say where he found them on the ground. And I said, well, give it here. I said, then I can get in touch with her.
Okay.
And,
you want to put that stuff in there?
I'm getting it back now?
This here?
Yeah.
Is that yours?
No, but I'm gonna try.
Alright.
I'm gonna try to get it to her.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll take care of it.
You sure now?
Yeah.
The key too?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Did he tell you what those keys were for?
He just told me he found them.
What did he say to you when you asked him why you had that stuff? He didn't get an answer?
Just look like he's in a daze or something.
DeAndre doesn't have an answer as to why he'd have Lisa's possessions. And at around midday, he leaves the house without any real word about where he's going.
He said, I'm going to cut some grass. And so she asked him, where was he going to cut grass? And he just said he's going to cut grass.
Okay. And he left on foot?
He left on foot.
It seems like DeAndre has been trying to cover his tracks. He's made himself less recognizable, changing his clothes and throwing them in the garbage. He's been carrying many of Lisa's...
This nigga look like Jameis Winston now. God damn, hold on. Y'all don't believe me? This nigga look like Jameis Winston. This picture in mine.
His purple, changing his clothes.
He don't look like Jameis Winston, bro. No, Jameis Winston don't kill somebody.
And throwing them in the garbage. He's been carrying many of Lisa's personal belongings, which he's handed off to his grandmother to get rid of. And he's left Lisa's car parked on the street with a handwritten for sale sign in its window. Now he's taken off on foot. His behavior is making the truth of what happened that fateful night clearer and clearer. A truth that Lisa's mom, it seems, has known all along. She said as much on her call to 911.
My daughter's boyfriend killed her. He chopped her head off.
Heidi didn't need to catch DeAndre in the act to know what he'd done.
Are you outside the apartment right now?
Yes, yes.
What kind of a weapon does he have?
He's not here. He took her car.
Okay, officers are coming. So you haven't heard from her boyfriend or talked to him at all?
No, I haven't.
It seems she spoke too soon when she told her daughter to be grateful things had ended safely without violence.
Even being mom, like, if you knew where he's at, would you tell me?
I would. Like, if I knew what was going on, I would tell you, but from last night of him doing the disappearing act to what's going on now, I have no clue, like, what transpired.
Are you afraid of him?
Yeah, I got an order of protection on him.
Okay. Yeah. And what prompted you?
Your own mom, gang? Bro, it's so serious. Your own mom is scared to be around you. He's not okay in here. Oh my God, bro. He is not okay in here anymore. Which he actually probably gonna get out of this for mental insanity.
He was staying with me for a couple days, and he was becoming frightening, like he was going to do something. So I was like, you gotta go. And so when he left, he called my daughter back and was like, I love you guys and I'm coming back to kill you.
So what actually happened?
Love you guys and so when he left, he called my daughter back and was like, I love you guys and I'm coming back to kill you.
So what
What? Oh, let me make sure I heard that right.
And was like, I love you guys and I'm coming back to kill you.
So what actually happened inside the apartment that night between the couple walking inside at 9:11 p.m. and DeAndre coming back out just before midnight? Their downstairs neighbors have been witnesses to a lot of the violence in their relationship. Their downstairs neighbors.
Anyway, he got an OC shirt. Shout out to my neighbor right there.
Neighbors have been witnesses to a lot of the violence in their relationship.
Well, the past few days they've been arguing, and that's nothing new.
Okay.
They fight, like they used to fight all the time, and it would be loud fighting, and we actually had to call the cops on them before, because I don't know who it was, but somebody picked something up and slammed it against the wall. We assumed it was one of them throwing each other.
And on the night of June 8th, they heard it all.
Last night it was different. It was like, we got home from picking me up from work. I got home from work around 9:30-ish, and their front door was cracked, which is unusual. They don't
9:30 p.m. last night? Okay.
They don't usually leave their front door cracked, and it was, and that was a little weird. And I heard like muffled yelling, like not screaming, but yelling in a way, kind of like in pain, like you just like snipped your finger with a scissor and you had to put some over your mouth so you wouldn't scream too loud. That's what it sounded like.
So you said it sounded like muffled screaming?
Kind of, but it wasn't too loud.
Okay.
And then later on, we heard like the apartment shakes a little bit whenever you move too much, and it started shaking. And we're like, okay, they must be fighting or something. And we were gonna wait to see if it got better, or like if it didn't, because we were just gonna go sit outside and wait it out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to deal with it. And so whenever that was happening, the apartment was shaking. They were fighting about something. And then all of a sudden, the screaming got really, really loud and really intense. And that was, I would say, probably about 9:45, 9:50. And then the apartment had like 5 or 6 loud like thuds, and they got louder and louder each time.
Okay.
And they shook the apartment as well. And that sounded more like it was coming from.
So, what did it sound like experienced in life, to your best ability, that would have created or possibly created the sound that you heard?
Probably, I really don't know other than like chopping wood.
Okay.
Because that's what it felt like he had enough, I didn't mean to say he, but like, you know, that's what it sounded like there was enough time to do, was like, it was very constant beats too.
Okay.
So that's what made me think it sounded like that.
So do you think it sounded like an instrument hitting something, or do you think, or what, something is making you know, kind of envision that through sound, you know what I mean? Like, we hear something and our brain is gonna take that information in, right, what we're hearing, smelling, feeling, and we're gonna kind of like paint this mental picture, right?
Right.
So, what about that sound makes you think chopping wood?
It was more of how steady it was.
Okay.
Because when you chop wood, you know, you gotta lift it up, you gotta hold it, and then you gotta put all your weight into it, all your muscle.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you go.
And you kind of got a rhythm.
Yes.
Okay.
And it had like 4 or 5, 6 of those beats, and then it just stopped. The screaming stopped, the sound stopped, the shaking stopped, everything stopped.
That chopping sound, something the neighbors couldn't bring themselves to consider, was the sound of Lisa's head being cut off.
At that point, we heard somebody walk outside, but we weren't able to see because we just glanced down the window, and from the window that the awning is right there, so we can't see down on the patio deck area, and so we couldn't see who it was, but they were out there for about 2 minutes, and then they came back in, and they came upstairs, but I was too scared to see who it was.
And then what?
We went outside to see if so my best friend came over, and because I was like, hey, something's going on, I'm not feeling so right about this. And she was like, I'll come stay outside with you. He was standing out waiting for one of them to come downstairs, because usually after they fight, one of them comes downstairs. Neither one of them did, but the lights upstairs in their apartment kept turning on and off.
Okay.
So we knew somebody was up there. We assumed it was Lacey.
Okay.
But we didn't see either one of them.
The neighbor texted their landlord. She wrote, "Hey, I don't really know what to do. We got home, and as soon as we walked in, we started feeling thumps, and then someone started screaming for like 5 minutes straight. It stopped for a minute, then the thumping started back up. The neighbor's door upstairs was also cracked open. The landlord tried to get in touch with Lisa, but heard nothing in response. The neighbor said, if we hear it back up again, we'll call the cops. But they didn't hear it start back up again, because it was already too late. With all of this evidence mounting up, at around 9:30 p.m. on June 9th, the police execute a search warrant on DeAndre's mother's house. In the trash can outside it, in line with PJ's statement, they find the discarded clothing he was wearing in the CCTV footage, as well as his cut-off dreadlocks wrapped in toilet paper. There's no sign of DeAndre himself. But at 1:45 a.m., the early hours of June 10th, the investigators receive a phone call from the Gillespie, Illinois Police Department. That afternoon, they took a John Doe into custody, whom they later recognized as none other than DeAndre Holloway. The Alton Police Department had been gearing up for a manhunt, but there's no need. DeAndre was arrested in possession of cannabis that afternoon in Gillespie.
Bro, why don't motherfuckers do this shit, bro? If you know you in trouble for something, why are you doing something to make you look suspicious? Or doing something that can make you guilty, bro, that can get you pulled over. Why do you have weed on you, knowing that you're on the run, bro? Oh, niggas just don't be thinking.
Church, yeah. Still have a name. That's okay. Whatever. What I have? What's that? What I have? You have cannabis on you. Oh, I don't need them. Okay, right.
DeAndre is restless with the officers.
Need some water or anything? Yeah, I would like some water because, you guys gotta, hey, you need some water? Yeah. Okay, please, just some water. Is it okay if I walk around? Is it okay if I stand up and take a step, like a couple steps?
What you gonna do? Why you gotta do that? Pull your hands up or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
That's it. He's doing his job. This man's done nothing but his job, I swear to you.
You need to sit back down in the chair, please.
Didn't you just say I could pace?
No, I didn't say you could pace. I thought you said you had to get deep pants. If you could sit down in there, please. Thank you.
Do you mind if I pace? Is that illegal? I'm just here. I'm here. I'm handcuffed in.
We don't want that. We want you to sit down.
Exactly. I know you don't want that.
So if you could please sit down, guys.
I can't. I'm handcuffed.
Yeah, you can. You just sit down.
I literally can't do it. I'm handcuffed.
You need to sit down.
Why are you guys scared of me for what?
I'm not scared. You need to sit down.
How? If I'm literally sitting here.
This nigga's mentally insane, bro.
Basically handcuffed. I can't do shit. He serves to me.
Okay, so what's your name? What you gonna do?
I literally asked if I was being detained. That man said no. And then he proceeded to ask me the same question over and over and over. And I said the same thing. And again, he's just not having it because he's got an attitude problem with me.
I got an attitude problem too. I know I got one. I got one, that's why I'm not sitting down. But you know I can make you sit down, so I'm not. Do it. What did I just say? Do it. Look at me now. I said I could. Do it. I'm not gonna do it. You're scared. Exactly. I'm handcuffed. Scared of what? Do it. You know, guy, we're not gonna get into this. Oh, so what? Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, don't you just being mean to me though? I'm not being mean to you. I said you're pacing back and forth, and you said, well, set me down. And I said I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
He's behaving manically, pacing, and repeatedly questioning the officers. At one point, he starts to laugh and bang his head against the wall.
Don't do that. They just fucking did that. You come in here. Don't do that. Do something. Don't do that.
Wall. At one point, he starts to laugh and bang his head against the wall.
Don't do that. They just fucking did that. You come in here. Don't do that. Do something. Don't do that. Do something. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The cops take drastic measures to restrain him from hurting himself. They keep him on the floor as he assures them he's going to get out.
Just have my folks to come get me out.
Well, we don't know your name, so...
Exactly, but my folks will be there to get me out.
Who's your folks?
Don't worry about it.
He still refuses to tell them who he is. But it doesn't matter. The investigators from Alton come to arrest him on suspicion of Lisa's murder. They carry out a warrant for DNA, fingerprints, and other samples. And at around midday...
Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's just something I gotta do real quick. Just a little something real quick.
The next day, June 10th, nearly 24 hours since the discovery of Lisa's body, the investigators sit down with DeAndre for an interview. But DeAndre is not talking. He refuses to give them any information, even his name, which they already know. He just keeps saying he wants to go to work, though it's not clear if he's actually employed. He also says he's dissociated, and that he's once been prescribed medication by a doctor. After this, he asks for his lawyer, and the investigators comply, terminating the interview. On June 13th, DeAndre is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of intentional homicide of an unborn child, a human body, offenses relating to motor vehicles, and concealment of homicidal death. Bond is set to $2 million. The case leads to a lot of local emotion, including from the police chief. After this, he asks for his lawyer, and the investigators comply, terminating the interview. On June 13th, DeAndre is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of intentional homicide of an unborn child, a human body, offenses relating to motor vehicles, and concealment of homicidal death. Bond is set to $2 million. The case leads to a lot of local emotion, including from the police chief.
What happened to 22-year-old Lisa Dodd, who had just moved to this place in Alton, is beyond irreprehensible. It is completely terrible what happened to her. Her unborn child was also killed as a result of this.
DeAndre's family, however, entreat the public to take the nuances of his circumstances into account. His stepfather, Chris Hawk, takes to YouTube to talk about it on June 16th.
I never thought I would be recording a video like this. First of all, I want to offer my condolences to the Dodd family. I cannot imagine what you must be going through. I'm not going to deny that what happened was an extreme act of evil. It was. I don't know how else to explain it. It was an act of evil. I don't know if there's a word that describes it. And over here, we are ashamed. His mom, his sister, we're all shocked. We knew he was capable of violence, but we never saw this. We've been trying to get help for him for at least 3 years. But as far as longer term mental care, we were always told that we can't hold them unless they've done something.
He doesn't deny the horror of what DeAndre's done, but he attributes DeAndre's actions to his mental state, something his family has been trying to do something about for years, but he says the system wouldn't let them.
Our system fails people with mental problems. I've grown up in an environment with mental problems, and people are kind of left on their own. It's a tragic situation. This is the D that we knew. They're old pictures, but they show that there is a human there. The human does exist. He's not a monster. What he did was monstrous. He's not a monster. I'm not advocating that DeAndre should ever be allowed to enter civilized society again. I mean, he's obviously crossed the line there. I'm not advocating anything like that. I'm just...
Stop talking. I ain't even gonna lie, you can keep whatever you talking about, bro. Mental illness or not, bro. Mental illness or not. That nigga do not deserve to be free. Mental illness or not, he do not deserve to be free.
Saying there's a human being here, and it's tragic. It's tragic what mental illness has done to him.
These are the early days of the case, when DeAndre's only just been charged, and he's not doing well in jail. He's been refusing to come out of his cell and making threats to corrections officers. These included saying, "I will cut off your head." He refuses to attend his virtual court appointment on June 14th, and officers forcibly restrain him to bring him to court. These issues remain in his case. He's found mentally unfit to stand trial, and
his mental illness is the main reason he do not need to be out of jail. Give him life. It's unrepairable at this point. It's legit unrepairable at this point. If it wasn't fixed then when he was a child, it damn sure ain't gonna get fixed now that he's 22 years old. Dang.
undergoes treatment at a state institution until he regains competency to face the charges. At the same time, the Illinois Supreme Court rules that an unborn child cannot be considered a second murder victim for the purpose of seeking a life sentence. This impacts the sentence that can be sought in DeAndre's case. But in January 2024, he enters a guilty plea. On January 17, 2025, he is sentenced to 60 years in prison. This includes 30 years on the murder charge, 20 on the homicide charge, and 10 on the concealment charge to be served consecutively. He'll have to serve at least 52 years before he's eligible to be released. There remain no real answers as to why he killed Lisa, though there's plenty of speculation out there. Jealous that she was having another man's baby, snapping under the stress of a failing relationship.
Wait. That's not his baby? Wait, hold on. I'm taking it that they wasn't in a relationship. Well, they got out of a relationship when she had a baby with somebody else. I'm taking it like that. Fuck with it. I don't give a damn. I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a damn if she cheated or not. Fuck no.
Or just finally going too far in a continued pattern of violence. We'll never know the truth. Lisa's family, meanwhile, continues to mourn.
We're here to announce that DeAndre Holloway was convicted and sentenced in the murder of Lisa Dodd and her unborn child today to 60 years in prison. And I want to introduce Heidi, Lisa's mother and grandmother of the unborn daughter, to give a few words reflecting on today's verdict and sentence.
I would like to thank the many law enforcement agencies that collaborated on my daughter's case. A special thank you to Officer Wimmersberg of the Alton Police Department for his excellent work on this case. I am forever grateful for your time and wisdom.
This is a tragic outcome of a 2-year on and off again domestic violence relationship. This didn't have to end this way. My daughter should be here raising her toddler
instead of being a casualty of domestic violence. If you have a mental instability or mental illness, seek treatment and be consistent with your treatment. Understand that your condition or illness will not keep you from being held accountable for the crimes you commit. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, if someone is emotionally, mentally, or physically abusing you, make a safe plan to leave that relationship.
Yes.
If they continually disrespect your boundaries, make demeaning comments, and control your every movement, this is abuse. Find the resolve to leave that relationship. If someone threatens to end your life, believe them. If they can say it, think it, and talk about it, they can carry out the threat. Reach out to your local, regional, or national resources that are available to assist you in making a safe plan to leave. Your life depends on it. It isn't easy, and it may be one of the hardest things you do, but your life is important, and you are worthy and deserve a life free from abuse.
I want to say that you don't often see the kind of strength that the family of Lisa has exhibited in this case. Incredible strength, incredible grace in the courtroom today with her statements to the defendant who took the life of her daughter and granddaughter, and who over years, as she said, had abused them, and is now going to face decades in prison for the crime of murder for 2 lives, not just one, the mother and the unborn child. And I just want to commend the family. They say that it's very inspirational to see the kind of strength that you've shown, and I'm sure that everyone in the courtroom experienced the same thing. And I also want to say this. This case has a deep meaning, I think, to every mother. And there were aspects of this case related to the unborn child who died that were extremely moving. One in which, Lisa's last act, her hand was resting on a book about pregnancy. So her last thought was probably about her unborn child. And so there's a beauty there in those last moments. And I think that she's with us now.
Her mom wrote to their GoFundMe page, "This sentence brings some resolution to a heinous crime. No sentence or amount of time will bring my daughter or granddaughter back, but this sentence should ensure he's not able to hurt anyone else. As I mentioned in the previous update, any donations received will be donated to our local domestic violence resource. The GoFundMe has made $16,000 so far." And as we end this story, we leave you with a poem Lisa once shared on her Facebook page.
After
If you're watching this on YouTube, please check out AK Big Will on Twitch, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.